Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright folks, I have a humongous update change for you guys, and that is to this whole new weapons system. So I'm going to start by talking about the Fire Crystal Mine really briefly. Basically, they've included now that there are these drops you can get, these books, these axes, or this new oath weapon. And essentially, these weapons are things that you can equip to any commander, and it gives them a big bonus buff. It is pretty complicated and convoluted, but that's the basic gist to it. And you can collect it by doing the firing mines. You can get some there. There are also some other places you can get. If you check this luck reward record, it'll actually show you who else has been getting the lucky bonuses lately. So let's talk about where else you can get it. So if you go to the events right now, there's an event called Weapon Carnival. Make sure you do this. If you do all the expeditions, all the total speed ups, then you clear the weirwood and spend some diamonds, you are going to get extra of these weapon chests, which you can then use to unlock more weapons. Also, I should say really quickly, when you go back to Fire Crystal Mine, if you go to the actual shop, now you can buy these reforged ores or more weapon chests that you can then forge into more weapons. So, really quickly, I don't have any more, so I've already kind of transformed all of mine into the weapons. But as you can see now, when you go to the commander page, there's this additional main hand. That is what it is referring to, is all these different weapons that we now have. So a couple things we can take a look at. We can sort by quality. It's got gray, green for uncommon, blue for rare, purple for epic, yellow for legendary, and then red for ancient. So there are going to be ancient equipments here. Very, very cool and exciting that we're going to be getting those. So really quickly, just to show you guys, there is also this dismantle and recycle page. It doesn't seem like this is something that I would recommend to people, but basically, you can trade in a green for weapon tokens, and for 1 green you would get 10 weapon tokens. For a blue you get 20, and for a purple I would get 40. Sorry. So again, 10, 20, 40. Now, what would you do with those if you'd gotten them? Well, if you go to the weapon shop, you can see that these are redeemable for more of the reforged ores or for the weapon chests themselves. I don't see this being a good way to do it. It seems like that is a really poor ratio, and I would not recommend using this shop. I think maybe down the line it might start being worthwhile. Now, going back to our weapons list, you can see that this one has 1 star next to it. None of the rest of them do. The way that this star was acquired, basically what you have to do is if you go to it, and the way to get to it from here, I put it on Haley for now. I'll go down to Haley to show it to you. Oop, I think I passed her. Sorry about that. There she is. Okay, so if I go to Haley and I click on this icon, as you can see, it brings me to my book. Now, the way that you would get this to 1 stars, when you go to increase, you need to increase it through here. So you need to consume a weapon of the same name. So in this case, the name of this one, it has this description, right? The higher the star, the stronger the basic attributes and the special effects. Consume 0-star weapons of the same name to increase the star level of the commander weapons. The number of 0-star weapons of the same name varies according to star level of the weapons. So a 1-star weapon can be converted into 3 0-star weapons. A 2-star weapon can be converted into 5 0-star weapons. A 3-star weapon can be converted into 7 0-star weapons, or a 4-star weapon can be converted into 10 0-star weapons. Now, the reasoning for this is that at 1 star, it took the regular passive 0-star, and then I had to add 2 more 0 stars to get it to 1 star. So basically, what this looks like is if I click on this, as you can see, I can get another one of these books that I can add to it. Now, as you probably saw a second ago, I've got a lot of these other books. Why does it only give me this one? Well, I can only add one that has the same base attributes. So this one has infantry attack and total health. And as you can see, this one has infantry attack and total health. Also, it's got to be another book. It can't be one of the axes or the other swords. It's got to be another book. So I only have one other one that gives me infantry attack and total health. But I can go here to Reforge, okay? Now, reforging is really interesting because what is included in this is the base attributes and then special effects. So if I go to Reforge right now, as you can see, the current special effect that I get is 6% infantry defense. If we go back to here, you can see the random attribute, infantry defense, I get 6% more of that random attribute. Base attribute stay, random attribute can change. So the way that I change this is I have these Reforge ores. And I'm going to go ahead and use one for you guys just so you can see it. So I have 6% infantry defense right now. If I click on this, it gives me a new one. It gives me 6% infantry health. So if I wanted, I can now switch to it. All right. This is my new one. I have the defense. I want the health is the new one they gave me. So I would save and replace, and it would give me infantry health. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now this is infantry health. I have 6% infantry health. That's the new passive random attribute on this one. Now, let's say for a second that I did this again. This would give me enemy casualty cavalry health reduction. But as you can see, this one is maxed out. This one actually has a little gray bar there that's a little bit like left over. So maybe I say, you know what? I like infantry health. I'd rather have the enemy cavalry health reduction though. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And boom, I've got this one now. Now, as you can see here, I can press on this and it would say no attributes available for locking, unable to lock. That's because I only have this one, so it doesn't let me lock it. But if I go to this, sorry, let's get away from her. If I go to Layla, Layla's going to lock? No, sorry. Let me go to my Enzo. Okay. No, but can't use here. Sorry, Hector's the one that I have it on. I apologize. Okay, Hector, here we go. So Hector has an epic one. And as you can see on Hector's, he has 2 random attributes. He's got Spearman attack, total health, and then he's got random attribute, enemy Spearman health reduction, and Spearman attack. So when I go here to Reforge, here, if I were to click on this lock, it says consume 4 locking ores to lock this attribute. Once it is locked, it will not be randomized when reforging. The attribute can be unlocked, but no locking ores will be returned. So what this basically means is that if I was able to lock this with those locking ores, I would get a brand new stat for the other one, but the one that was locked would stay that way, which is really nice, really helpful. As you can see, I do not have any locking ores, so I cannot do that. If I wanted to reforge, it would cost me 4 of these items to reforge because I'm actually going to be getting 3 new attributes here. This is the perk of it being purple, is that it has more of those stats. It's got 14% spear attack, 30.5 total health, and it gives me more of these random attributes because it is a higher quality item. Important to realize, it's kind of a little funky, but you know, going back to this one that I've got from Haley, adding up, I keep skipping her, sorry, adding up extra of these, increasing this is not making it blue. It is increasing its star values, okay? It is totally separate. So I'm not really clear how I would get it all the way to blue. I know I can change it. I could replace it with like this purple one here, and then wham, I've got this one now on there. And again, the whole deal, 4 of them. Yep, great, same, it looks good. And as you can see, I have nothing available to add to this one because I don't have any other purple axes. But what's a little funky about this is that I'm not really clear how I would get something from green to blue or purple. I think right now you just kind of have to have them. Either you got them or you don't. And it looks like you're just kind of stuck if you don't have it. I also know that it says here that you are able to kind of convert them out. So if we just take a second, like let's go to Julian. All right, Julian doesn't have anything on him right now. We'll give him this one for a second. Okay, so this is 1 star, so I can unequip it, obviously, and there's nothing on him. But it seems like there should be some way, according to this, to convert it into these 3-star, 0-star weapons. It doesn't seem like that's, something that they show us, like where I could actually break this back down into its component parts. all I can see is a way to continue increasing it and giving it more and more stats. Just really quickly, notice that the difference between a 0-star and a 1-star is the difference between 6% and 6.9%, 1.5% total health and 1.72% total health, and it does not have any effect on the random attributes. This is 9% because this happens to be maxed. The other one that we were just looking at was, this one says it's 6%. That's just because it's not maxed. I can show real quick if I were to unequip it. And let's find that one. I think it's this one. Right? Might be, oh wait, hold on, we were on infantry attack. Yep, this is the one that was on. If I go to Reforge here, as you can see, there's a little bit left. That's because it is not quite maxed. And again, it's just kind of random. You just got to Reforge it and hope you get a max, and then there you go. You got a max. Okay, on the whole, what do I think of this? I think this is a cool change, a very interesting addition to have. Love it. I wish there was a little more control over it. I wish I could forge my greens into blues, my blues into purples, the way that most items work. But I think the whole star upgrading system is very interesting, very fun, and I'm excited to be getting a lot more of these. It is definitely a little bit random. Like if you get lucky and get a legendary, I'm sure that's going to be hugely beneficial. These green ones seem like they're very good, but I mean clearly, as you can see, it's a big difference in the stats between a purple and a green, which as they should, but it is kind of random so far how you get them. One last thing I want to quickly show about this is that there is what would seem to me to be like a kind of a special item. If we go to the local mine, as you can see here, there's this oath. It is a little bit unclear to me. These looks like these are the same, the legendary, you can see 20% infantry attack or 20% cavalry attack. Definitely big stats to get. This one, it gives 25% stats, and it seems like it has this special effect. I'm a little bit unclear if this is only equipable to Chris, or if it could be equipped to any commander, and it just happens to be called Oath, and seems to be associated with Chris. But definitely like a really strong item to be able to get this. It seems like it's going to be a big stats buff. I mean, that's basically the equivalent. 25% infantry attack is a gold infantry badge. So that's huge and going to make a big difference. And I believe that everyone should be getting one through this event. When you get this one at the end, it looks like this is giving you a chance to open the weapon Oath. So once everyone gets 10 points, you should get that. Once I do, I'll definitely make another video discussing it. But I wanted to get a chance to talk about all this stuff. Definitely make sure you do this event so you can get all of the weapons you can. And start adding them to commanders, guys. I mean, it seems like it's going to give a lot of stats, and no complaints here about getting more stats for my commanders. So until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. Hope you enjoyed this and learned something, and until then, I'll see you next time.